Salutations, boys and girls. My name is Professor Inkwell, and welcome to my drawing room. I am simply elated that you've decided to join me into unlocking your secret artistic talents. After a long day of having an epic adventure, I like to sit down and relax right here in my drawing room. It's the sanctuary for my imagination, and I'm so glad that you've decided to join me today, because today I'm going to be teaching you how to draw one of my favorite adventurers, Super Mario. And the best part is, you only need a few supplies to follow along with me. A piece of paper, a writing utensil, and something to color with. So come on, let's get started. So, the first thing you need is a blank piece of paper, any piece of paper will do, and some sort of writing utensil. Today I'm using a black Sharpie, but you can use a pencil or a marker, whatever you want. Just make sure, if you're using a Sharpie, put a couple of pieces underneath the piece of paper so the ink doesn't bleed through the paper onto the table. And don't forget, boys and girls, you can always pause the video if I'm going too fast. Now, when I'm drawing any type of character's face, I like to start with the nose and the eyes. So, the first step we're going to do in drawing Super Mario's face is we're going to draw his nose. And to draw his nose, we're going to draw the letter C. Just like that. Now this is going to represent his nose, and let's go ahead and bring in those lines. Just a little bit. Perfect. So this is going to be Mario's nose. It's quite a big honker right there. It's quite bulbous. And right underneath his nose, we're going to draw his mustache. So to draw his mustache, we're going to make a line like that, almost like a curved, almost like you're drawing an arrow, but keep it nice and curved. And then right about here, we're just going to draw the letter U. That's going to represent his fuzzy mustache. And we're going to do a few more U's. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to connect the last one to the edge of the arrow, to the edge of that line we just made. Let's go ahead and draw one of his eyes. So we're going to draw an upside down U, because the rest of his eye is resting behind his nose. And then right next to it, we're just going to draw the letter O. Just like that. And let's go ahead and draw another circle like that, and another circle like this. Now, to represent a highlight on his pupil, we're going to draw a little circle inside both of those eyes like that. And then if you want, you can go ahead and color it in right now. Now let's go ahead and draw his mouth. Right underneath his mustache, we're going to draw pretty much the same curved line like this, but right underneath it, and we're going to make it touch the edge of his mustache right there. And then we're just going to draw another letter U right underneath that. Now let's give him some teeth. Super simple. Just make another parallel line right underneath this curved line we made. Let's add his tongue. That's just another upside down U. And you can always color in his mouth with whatever writing utensil you're using. Wonderful. How are we doing so far? It's starting to look like Mario a little bit, but let's keep adding some more features here. We're going to draw his cheek, which is a curved line, and bring it right to the edge of the mouth right there. Now the bottom of his lip is going to be right underneath his mouth right here, and we're just going to connect that line with here. Just like that. Now before we add his other cheek, to make things easier, we're going to draw his ear, and his ear is just a backward C, and we're going to put it right about here. You can go ahead and put a dot for the top and another dot underneath that for the bottom of his ear. That way it's easy to make a connection right here. Just draw a backwards letter C, like that. Now, a lot of artists use this shortcut when they want to do the details of an ear. All you have to do is draw a curved line like this, and another one like that. That represents that the ear has an indentation. So now that we have an ear and the bottom of his lip, we can just connect those 2 points with another curved line like that for his cheek. Now let's go ahead and draw his hat, but before we do that, let's add another piece of his face. Right here, right, that just a line, that's the side of his face. And then what we're going to do is we're going to connect a big curved line from here to here. And it's super simple. Just draw, this is going to be his visor. And you're just going to connect it to his ear on the right-hand side of his face like that. That's going to be the visor of his hat. Now, the bottom of his visor is kind of a funny shape. So to make things easy, go ahead and right here, make a curved shape like that. And then we're just going to make one curve from the right-hand side of his face and connect it to that U like that. Now his face is missing something. He's missing some eyebrows. So these are really easy. All you have to do is just do an upside down U here and an upside down U here. Now his eyebrows are in front of the visor, and normally the human face wouldn't have eyebrows like this. They're kind of floating, but this is a cartoon. And anything can happen in cartoons. So go ahead and connect the bottom. And what you can do is go ahead and color in the eyebrows just like this. I love coloring stuff in it. It's so fun. Right. Now then, there might be a couple of you out there saying to yourself, "But Professor Inkwell, I don't like the way my picture is turning out." Well, that's okay, children, because art is subjective.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special news bulletin. This just in, I have absolutely no idea what the word subjective means. Professor, what does subjective mean?
Well, that is a wonderful question, Mr. Voice. You see, children, the definition of the word subjective means based on or influenced by personal feelings, taste, or opinions. Simply put, everyone looks at art differently, so the main thing is to just practice. Now, let's keep going. Now, Super Mario has a lot of hair. He's got a mustache and a lot of fuzzy hair. He's got these sideburns. His sideburns kind of look like the side of a dog bone. So if you want, you can draw a backwards number 3. Like that. And then the top and bottom, you're just going to connect those to his hat like that. And that's going to be his sideburns. That's his hair sticking out from underneath his hat. Oh, speaking of his hat, let's go ahead and draw a curve from here. Let's add a dot here, and we're going to connect this dot to this tick right here. I don't know if you can see that, but we're going to connect these two dots like that with one big curve like that. And then the fold of his hat, we're going to go ahead and take that and draw another backward C like that. All right, now his hat's missing something, right? It's got the letter M on there. So all that is the design. We're going to take that circle that we're making right now and have it reach the top of the top mark that we did right there earlier. And then you can just draw the letter M. Now we're only going to be drawing Super Mario from the chest up. So we're going to add his overalls, which is just one line right here. And right underneath his cheek, make one curved line like that. Then, same like this, just put it underneath his lip like that. Then you can make another one. These are going to represent the little straps on his overalls. And then right underneath here, you can draw a circle or the letter O, like that. And then to connect these two lines, we're just going to draw a little curve like that. That's going to be the front of his overalls connected to these little buttons. All you need to do to add his shoulders, just draw a little curved line and meet it right here with the bottom of the first strap. And then he's got a little bit of hair poking out the side like that. So all that is just the number 3. And that's his hair. And you can add some silly lines like that, or maybe even a star or a mushroom. Get little dots. You can do whatever you want. You can make Mario angry, or you can add a mushroom. Whatever you like. Now, we're not quite done yet because this is my favorite part. We get to color him in. Now, today I'm going to be using some colored pencils, but you could use crayons, markers, whatever you like. I'm going to be using blue for his overalls, red for his hat and shirt, yellow for his buttons and the star, and peach for his skin. Now, for sake of time, I'm just going to speed this up, but feel free to pause this video and follow along at home with me. So there you have it, boys and girls. I used red for the hat and his shirt. I used blue for his overall straps. Oh, and I also put some blue around his pupils here, because technically Super Mario does have blue eyes. So we just added a blue rim around his pupils there. I used yellow for his buttons and that little star I made. Now, if you want to know how to make this star, it's super simple. All you need is 5 letter V's. You start with the upside down V and just connect those other 4 V's together and put 2 little dots for his eyes. I left white under here for the M on his hat and his teeth, and I used peach for his skin, and I used a red color pencil to add some darker shadings underneath where the shadows would be. So you can go ahead and pause this and use this as an example for your coloring. But the most important thing you need with any of your artwork is your signature. Well, congratulations, boys and girls. You have just created Super Mario, and you did an amazing job. Here, take your hand like this and pat yourself on the back. You did wonderful. You didn't do it, did you? That's fine. Well, everyone, I hope you had fun today. I know I did. Oh, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that like button. Oh, and don't forget to leave a comment below of something you'd like to learn how to draw in the future. I'd love to know. Well, I must be on my way, but I hope you'll join me again next week. Now go out there and have an adventure. Toodle pip!
And don't forget, kiddies, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to click that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to Professor Inkwell's YouTube channel. And ring the bell so you don't miss out on any new swanky content. That'd be swell.